What is up, team? Got another video for you and just need to say thank you guys for coming along with us on this journey. This is going to be your market wrap up and we're going to cover a bunch of things, so make sure you stay tuned. Check the description tab because all the links to social media, the news, brokers, everything you need will be right there. And as always, follow me and let's go to war. Just wanted to give a big shout out and say thank you guys for understanding while we're moving in the process. We still want to put out the great content, but the studio is a little in disarray, as you can imagine. But thank you guys for staying true and staying loyal. And man, I can't wait to give you guys great content when I get to my new studio at my new house. So let's attack, destroy, and conquer together. Let's get it.
What is up, team? Chuck TradersWarroom, and I'm back at you with another video. Listen, this is gonna be your weekend wrap up, okay? I'm sorry I wasn't able to get a video out yesterday. I had family time, and family has to come first, guys. But listen, we're gonna talk about what the market did from Wednesday to Friday, how it closed, some highs, some lows, and we're gonna talk about a few things to look forward to next week. But right now, I need you to like, share, subscribe, come join the team, become part of the member, man. Check the description, all the links are there, and we're gonna have a good time in this video. Now, as always, if you're ready, follow me, and let's go to war together, team.
Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that all content on this channel is for education and entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for every move you make within the stock market. Tread cautiously and tread carefully, but have fun and go to war.
All right, team. Hey, welcome back. First and foremost, to all the team members, I salute you guys. You guys know exactly what's up, and you guys are getting all the alerts, all the information, the analysis, the charts, the DD, all that stuff you guys are getting, and thank you guys for being with us on the team. If you're not part of it, man, hit that description and get spun up. Now, enough of that. Right now, we're going to talk about what was hot and what was not in the stock market the past couple of days with a BuzzReport, and let's get it right now.
So here's how your market closed. As you see, a green day across the board and the bond yield staying below that 160 line that we like. Your market movers, of course, you got some AMC, that VTNR that we alerted, man, that killed it. Ford, and you had a little bit of BlackBerry moving around. LEDS was a good one as well. Here's your one-day sector performance. As you see, real estate topped it out, utilities, healthcare, and our big losers was communication services and consumer discretionary. Can't just look at the one day, you got to look a little bit further out, and we see that on the 5-day, communication services wins big, consumer discretionary was up, and real estate's pretty much stayed consistent, and it's actually a sector that you guys should probably take a look at, as well as industrials. All right, and so let's get into a couple headlines. So for this, I'm using IBD. I suggest you guys use a plethora of different platforms so that you can get a full understanding of what's going on in the marketplace. But number one story is AMC stock a sell now. So analysts say that the fundamentals of AMC just don't line up with where it's currently trending and its stock price is at right now. Now, I will tell you this, okay? They said the same thing about GME, and look where GME is at right now. And it's because a lot of retail investors are getting in their position and they're just holding their position. Now, one thing that AMC has that I really love is their CEO, man. The CEO is a beast, and he has such high conviction of his stock, and he's truly one of those captain that's going to go down with the ship. And when you got a CEO that has that much of conviction for his stock, it gets the investor excited, and I'm excited. So for me personally, I'm holding my shares to see what AMC does, but I will not lie to you when I say it's very volatile. It's going to be a bumpy road, but definitely I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Next, we're talking about the Dow Jones future, talking about the market is rallying. So what we're seeing is the market start to heat up, all right? You're starting to see some stocks that were beat up starting to trend back into the green zone. And what that means is that the bulls are back. Now, could this be a dead cat bounce? Could this just be a temporary thing? Yes, it could absolutely. But right now, it seems as though that some of these stocks, some of the good ones with the fundamentals that line up with the technicals, that they're starting to rally back. So we definitely need to put them on our radar. And stocks like Nvidia, Google, GE, Neo, Tesla, and some of the other EV stocks that are coming in there. Ford's one of them. You need to put these on your radar and you need to pay attention. Next, we're talking about GM. Magna leads 5 stocks in buy range now. Now, I want to speak about GM real quick because GM and Lockheed Martin got me excited, all right? They're going to put a space rover out so that people can do missions on Mars, like scientists and explorers and things of this nature. And maybe it doesn't even just stop with Mars, or excuse me, the moon. Maybe it doesn't stop with the moon, but they go on to the Mars with the Tesla movement and things of that nature. Watch the movie Ad Astra, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because when I read the report, I just pictured in my head some sort of Star Trek, Star Wars merge with some soldiers and Space Force riding around in some sort of rover on a interstellar planet type of thing. Man, it got me excited, so I'm looking forward to these guys. But that's it for the market watch. Those are your top stories. I'll have the link there so you can dive into some other market stories, and I suggest you get spun up on what's trending in the market.
All right, I hope that gives you an idea of what happened and what to look forward to. Right now, we're going to get into some charts. We're going to talk about some highs and some lows and some movers. And of course, I am going to talk about AMC because I know that's on a lot of people's mind. We're going to talk about AMC and some of the other stocks that follow along with that, and talk about what from here, like where are they going from here, what to expect, and can we predict anything. So let's get at it right now.
All right, so let's dig into AMC a little bit as one of our top movers. Let's talk about what it did this past week. As you can see on the weekly there, it was down all the way in about the 13s, had the spike, and then kind of had this little pullback with a little leveling off. And so as we see, $13, and we move on the week, starting to climb, starting to squeeze, people getting excited. Then we get up, a little pullback up to a pinnacle, 35 something. Now we got the pullback, and it's consolidating. So my stance on this one, listen, I've liked the energy sector. This one, I think possibly maybe a little too quick, too fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if next week we have a pullback back down into like the $4, maybe like $5 range. But then if it can consolidate and hold that level, we'll start to see it go up again. So definitely has my eye next week. And we see earlier, that's where we gave the alert about 180. And then, we kind of had our eye on it there. Then I gave the alert, hey, this might be something in the 3s, kept going, went up, consolidated, spiked, and is now consolidating again. One of my favorite companies, Ford. Listen, man, this week's been killer. Look, it was down there, and we see a spike, a little pullback, let people in, spike up, consolidation, spike up again, pullback, spike up, pull back, and consolidation. Man, I like Ford moving forward. And this was one that we alerted around the $4 or $5 area, and it was consolidating hardcore, right? And then it had to pop up to $14 there, and that's where we sold. But then you just see it just kept taking a dump, and just continuing down all the way into the almost $2 range. This was a big loser, but we took our money and made it. Another one that is a new company that has some promise, we definitely going to watch it next week, is ZIVO, this bioscience. You can see it got some sideways movements and not too much upward pressure on a day out, but we got some consolidation, and we're definitely watching it next week to see what this does. Definitely promising, hoping for a good return. Next, we're going to talk about some stocks to keep your eye on. They're in the upcoming earnings type of discussion, and definitely these got our attention moving forward in this next week and further on, because some of these look to be like sleeping giants and can give us a nice bang for a buck, if not a position that we can get in for long shares on the dip. I like Zoom moving forward. Listen, this Zoom is not going anywhere. If anything, it's just strongly solidified itself as here to stay, and you can see in the week it's up 4%. I see this continuing to move up. I wouldn't be surprised if it spikes on some recent earnings, and then you see a little bit of pullback. So we might even be able to catch a rip going up and down. But definitely, I see this thing continuing its steady incline up, chipping away at 1, 2, 3% increases every day. I don't know what to think about this one, right? Lulu, this one was real popular. You can see that sharp increase in the week and kind of fizzled out and started down thing. I'm thinking that people are profit taking, and this probably has a little bit more downward pressure that is there to be seen. So definitely can capture a little bit. I'll be looking for puts on this one for next week early, but it definitely could, once we start to see a little consolidation and the downward pressure ends, look for this to continue on its incline because it's extremely popular and definitely is something to watch for continued momentum upward. Now this one, out of all of them, got my eye, okay? And this one particularly, have you ever been into these stores, man? They got all sorts, and granted, it's a bunch of cheap stuff, all right? A lot of cheap Chinese products and everything that breaks, a month or 2 months later. So nothing worthwhile at these stores, but man, they are always packed. They have cheap things, and it's definitely just a place like you need some simple earbuds while you're waiting for your more expensive pair to come through the mail, or you're saving up to get that good pair, right? You can go here and pick up a pair of earbuds for $5 and they'll work, right? So I like these guys moving into next week. I think they're going to crush earnings, and I'll be looking to put an option on this one, specifically a call option. And this one definitely got my attention going into next week. So looking at the options, since we were just talking about, got some good options out there, but it's definitely on the pricey side. So if you don't have the capital to hop into some straight options or puts on these, don't worry, I got a plan for you. This is a play that I think would benefit, and I'm going to be looking to get this play next week just to see what happens. But when you use a call debit spread, you don't have to put as much money up front, but your max loss is less because you don't put as much money up front, but your max profit is capped as well. But as you can see right here, our break-even point on this play would be 183.35, and as soon as we're already past that, and as soon as it hit that top level at about $185, that would be our max profit of $165 per contract that we get. Not too bad of an increase from an $85, play. Oh man, next one we're talking about E-bond. This one burned me last time, and we were doing a pattern play, and I'll show you the pattern play here in a few slides, but this one burned me last time, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here at this lower level, okay? It just needed to get to a bottom. I think it hit that bottom earlier this week, and we're starting to see an increase. I think this will tick up going in towards earnings, and definitely could see some upward momentum from here. And since I was burned so hard last time playing an option play on this one, I'm looking at the $5 call, 8 cents per contract. I'll go in with maybe 10 contracts, for $80, but nothing too spectacular. But definitely, I'm looking for this to rise up. We've seen the sharp increases before off of, good earnings or good catalysts, and this thing can move when the bulls are out and a lot of upward momentum is on its side. And there's that pattern that I was telling you about. You see those two peaks off to the right. That was the pattern that we were playing, earlier last month and everything, but it definitely failed. The 21st was our call date, and it definitely kept going down. And so I had to eat that loss, but I like it where it's at right now. I think it goes up from here, and I'm thinking that this next call option will be a safe play. And if not, I don't lose as much as I did last time trying to play that pattern play. Finally, the last one I want to bring to your attention, CAN, right? All right, look at this weekly. I like how this thing's moving. All right, you got a nice little incline. It had its peak, some consolidation, another peak, some consolidation, a dip, and now it's consolidating again. I think this thing might pull back a little bit more. We might be able to catch this in the 7s, but then it's just going to continue its steady increase, and we're looking for another jump. And you can see on the day that consolidation period is pretty much at the bottom, and it's consolidating hard. And I like that, okay? It's getting prepped for something, in my opinion, and I think it's getting prepped for a jump next week. And so only time will tell. I'm definitely going to watch this when the market opens Tuesday, but this has my attention next week, as this was been known to run. And if we're thinking of options, look, options are not priced too bad. I'm looking at the $7.50 call, possibly the $10 call. I've told you this thing can jump. It's jumped in the past on some good news and some catalysts. We've seen some downward trending pressure, but a lot of stocks have had that downward trending pressure, so we might be at the bottom. We'll have to see what it does when the market opens, but the $7.50 call definitely looks appetizing. For the budget play, the $10 call could definitely be something on our side as well.
All right, as customary, normally on Fridays, we got a question from the Frontline, and we got one for you today. So let's check out the question from the Frontline today.
For the question from the front line, listen, we got Cairo Rome. Greetings, man. Quick stock question. Would you ever exercise an option play? I answered him this forum, and I'm leaving it up here because it's the same answer I'm going to give to you guys. It depends, you know what I mean? And so if the stock significantly jumped from your original price, and I told you guys this before we had this other discussion, we're thinking of like DFE's position in GME, right? The stock jumped significantly from his entrance price. It would make sense to exercise those options and grab those shares because now you got shares at like $5-10 and the stock is $150-200. That makes sense, right? The next idea that would make sense is if you just believe in this stock and say the stock is, say you got $5 call options, but the stock is like E-bond, it's at like $2.89, right? It's not quite there. And so if you were to buy those $5 stock options, you would actually be paying more than what the stock is worth. And remember, options give you the right, not the obligation, to buy those shares at that particular strike price. But you got to really believe in that stock. You really got to have strong conviction that this stock is going to be something. You can see the future of this company and this stock and the management team and everything like that. That would be another time to exercise options. Now, other than those ones, I usually don't recommend exercising options. Just, I like to play them, make the money, and get out and just have a good time playing options because it's fun, especially when you got something hot and it's entertaining, and it's just another way just to make some money throughout the week while you're letting your shares do their things on some other stocks. But on those two situations, those would be the times where I would really highly recommend exercising options if you believe in the stock or the stock significantly jumped in price. When we're talking significant, I'm talking, $50, $60, $70 in price from your original strike price. Hope that answered it, man. Great question. I already told you I was going to use your question, so definitely keep a lookout for when I post this video. I'm going to give a shout out to you, Cairo Rome.
Next up, one of my favorite segments, the You Pick It, I Buy. I got 5 new stocks that I've vetted it all from a different sector than we've done before. It's your job to take a look at the tickers, see which one gives the best bang for the buck, do some due diligence, and then pick your favorite out of those 5. And then on the winner on Monday, at a time that's convenient for me, depending on market conditions, Tuesday, since the markets close on Monday, I'll purchase that stock and we'll check it out and we'll follow it in the threads and the social media platforms. So here's the new You Pick It, I Buy It, the 5 stocks. Let's get it.
I wanted to do something different with the You Pick It, I Buy It list this time. I wanted to take the worst index, man, the worst sector that has been performing the worst and just getting beat up, right? Because it's down to change. We're starting to see a shift in momentum. We're starting to see some bulls coming out. The market's starting to heat up. It's hitting the summer. So we're going to look into miscellaneous education and service providers for our You Pick It, I Buy It one. And here's the list. Look, I already vetted these out. I like these stocks. I wouldn't mind gambling. This one's more of a gamble than a for sure thing play like I do on my other ones. But this sector is bound to rebound, and I like these stocks. I like the price where it's at. I think a lot of these have hit their bottoms, and it would be nothing to go but up, especially now that the bulls are coming back. The market's starting to heat up, and we see some upward momentum. So check out the tickers. Do your own homework. Get your DD out and get involved in a different stock in a different sector than you might already be in, because a lot of times our watch lists, they come from the beat up stocks, and those are the ones that are primed to explode because the other ones have already ran its course and they're looking for pullbacks. So check the tickers out. Let me know which one to get on Monday, and we're going to roll with it.
All right, team. Hey, that's a wrap. Listen, it's easy, man. The week's over. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the holiday. Memorial Day's coming up. Keep a lookout for the TWR special for Memorial Day. I'm going to interview some veterans, and we're going to have a great video on veteran traders and investors. So keep a lookout for that. Also, I got a special announcement that's going to come out on Sunday. You need to pay attention to that one, okay? It's going to be something that's going to be a game changer for TWR and our social media platforms and everyone who's along with us on this journey. Now, as always, here at TWR, we look at the stock market like it's a war zone. The stocks and the sectors, those are our battles. We do it together, man. Our job is to attack, destroy, and conquer the battle zone. And we do that through recon, surveillance, looking for the best bang for our buck, man. Looking for strategies and plans to get in and out at optimal levels that give us the best job and the best idea of profit in the long run. Now, if that all sounds good and you are excited, because I know I'm excited, you can come with me and my moderator teams by just hitting the link and joining up with us. Now, as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war together, team.